going on, everybody? AZ Gear Guy here. Today I wanted to share something a little special with you, something that I carry in my EDC rotation pretty much every day. So if you're like me, I'm always one to lose my wallet, my keys, any small object that tends to be part of my everyday life. Most of those things are something that I can't really afford to lose, especially if I'm in a hurry. So today I'm going to be talking about the Tile Pro and the Tile Mate. Here we go. So these two tiles are actually two models in Tile's line of Bluetooth trackers. Each have the same functionality, but have different purposes for different items that you attach them to. The Tile Pro I actually have attached to my keyring here. You can see that right there. And it's something that I kind of decided to put on there because of its rugged nature. So I actually have the Tile Mate attached to my Trayback Summit wallet. It's a little bit more of a minimalist wallet, and I didn't want it to be bulkier than it needed to be, even though it's not bulky anyways. I decided to attach it on the keyring there. To be honest, it's actually been quite functional. So the Tile Mate has an all plastic design that comes in pretty much only one color, white. The Tile Pro is also plastic, but it has more of a textured surface and is lined with aluminum that eventually makes up the ring itself. It comes in white and black with gray trim. The Mate and Pro have replaceable battery compartments that slide off and reveal a CR1632 battery in the Mate and a larger CR2032 battery in the Pro. So now I'm going to actually give you a little bit of a rundown of how to sync your Tile with your cell phone. So the first thing you actually want to do is download the Tile app, and then you'll get right into it. So because I've already set my tiles up, I already have, my wallet set up and my keys set up. But just for the sake of this video, I'll show you how to connect it. So the first thing you want to do is actually click this plus sign in the corner, and then you'll want to click Tile up at the top. Based on what you actually have as far as tiles go, you'll want to pick from the list here which one that is. So for this one, this is actually the Pro. I'll go ahead and choose the Pro there. You'll click the tile. It'll typically sound, and then once it sounds, then you'll put your tile right on your phone or next to it, near it, it doesn't matter. Then it should click, but because I've already done this, it's actually not going to let me. So as you can probably see here, you see that it shows my phone, the Galaxy Note 9. What's really cool about the tiles, and I'm sure most of you can relate to as well, is the fact that, maybe you have your wallet and your keys as you're leaving the door, but you don't have your phone. Where the heck can your phone be? So if that happens, you actually can take your tile, double click the button, and it'll actually find your phone for you. It'll just be super loud. It's super useful, especially if you're like me, like I've said before, and you forget your stuff or you lose it all the time, you misplace it. It is the worst. But I found this to be very helpful in finding your phone. So about Tile Premium. Tile Premium is one of the services that Tile actually offers. When you buy a tile, you have the option of purchasing a subscription of sorts. It allows you to open up the features of the app and ultimately your tiles. You'll get the smart alerts, which is still kind of in beta. Basically what that does is it notifies you when you've left your items behind that have a tile attached to it. The notifications actually work past, maybe 100 to 200 feet. For me, honestly, it's actually been more than that. I actually didn't realize, it didn't notify me that I had left home without my stuff until maybe I was like 3 or 4 miles down the road. Wasn't too helpful. Like I said, it's still in beta, so judge it how you will. You get free battery replacements if you have the Mate and the Pro, which I do have. And those are the only two at this time that Tile has released with replaceable batteries. Tile Premium also gives you location history. So the location history gives you kind of a map of your recent locations, and it updates every 2 to 5 minutes of where you've been, where you've had your stuff. So say you leave your keys behind at a restaurant, then you can look back on the app and it'll actually show you where you were at, roughly 15 minutes prior to when you realized you lost those items. Kind of cool, actually. So I found that to be very useful. I haven't really used it since I've been using these tiles since December. So it's one of those things that it's nice to have, but I don't really consider it necessarily a premium service. You kind of think that's what it should come with anyways, but they all kind of have to make money anyways. Also, with Tile Premium, you get an extended warranty up to 3 years for any replacements. If it breaks, if it cracks or anything like that, you can actually send it into Tile and they'll send you a new one for free. Also, Tile Premium gives you unlimited sharing. So say you want to lend or gift one of your tiles to someone that you know, a significant other, then you can actually have them download the app, then you can transfer your tile to them. You'd think that you'd be able to transfer the tile to them just, inherently, but you actually have to have Tile Premium in order to do that. Based on Tile's website, you get premium customer support. So anything that happens, there's a text helpline that you can contact and they'll be able to help you out with whatever you need. All of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory, so I don't know exactly what you'd be asking them about. Maybe app issues or something like that, but I haven't had to use it. Your experience may be different. And the big question is, how much does Tile Premium cost? It's $2.99 US a month, or you can do $29.99 for the year. Personally, just to test it out, I actually did the year subscription, which is fine, you can do that. That's just me, but typically if you just want to try it out, it's really not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a commitment if you just do the $2.99 a month. Overall, I found my tiles to be pretty useful. I use them pretty much every day, especially if I'm running late, can't find my keys, can't find my wallet. Lifesavers, to say the least. The interface of the app makes it easy enough to connect the tiles to the actual phone, but to be honest, the whole yearly subscription thing doesn't really appeal to me that much, especially because I'm usually in the same places multiple times. I mean, maybe you can find a use for it in your daily life, but the app kind of feels like an afterthought to me. Actually, one major downside that I actually found with these is that whenever I'm in a quiet place, I tend to touch the buttons when I shouldn't, especially if they're in my pocket, pressed up against each other, against my keys, against my whatever, or I just hit them on accident. It'll set it off and then I'll be the center of attention for a minute. I mean, yes, I don't have necessarily a solution to that, but I would just say if you're gonna pick these up, just be careful not to do that. Other than that, I would totally recommend these to anybody that loses their stuff daily or just wants to keep track of their stuff. They're small items that necessarily they don't fit into a purse or into their pocket or a backpack, whatever. I honestly think they're worth the price, especially if you buy multiples. So if you're buying them as gifts, buy them for multiple family members, whatever, then you'll be able to do that just fine. You'll be able to get them multiple, save you a few bucks. Also on their website, they actually have multiple other tiles that they have on their line, and maybe I'll talk about those in later videos. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to my weekly vlogs and gear videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.